keeping it on the ground inside. It's Lacey. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2.
Well, to say that this guy was unblockable in their last game is definitely an understatement. He was living in the opponent's backfield. He does it again very early in this one, David. And I know he was a guy this offensive line and this coaching staff were concerned about. And early on, they don't have an answer for him.
I'm about to say that they still have the concerns because, geez, early on, he's in the backfield right away. You got to have some kind of an answer, man. First of all, maybe not run towards his side. Secondly, maybe we double team him, but there's got to be a plan because when you get near him, bad things happen for your offense.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Not the way you want to start your first drive, and the defense forces a turnover. Great place to start for this offense. Cuts it upfield. It's McAllister. Stopped right there. Well, that play was supposed to go to the outside.
Well, and the defense knew that too. They saw the sweep right away, got to the outside, understood where the ball was trying to go. Listen, if you put those guys in a cage and you set an edge really hard, make that sweep that's designed where everybody's blocking out.
Throws toward the end zone. Very fortunate that wasn't a pick in the end zone.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
Third play of the drive, and they need to take advantage of this field position by making something happen on 3rd and long. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. And the Gamecocks will try to move the sticks on 4th down. 4th down, Sellers. Fires to the end zone. Picked off again. He's now thrown 20 interceptions. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And, man, I think they're going to look back on this one, guys, just with frustration, just an opportunity missed. Your defense did the best thing they could do, starting the game, forcing a turnover. Now you get the ball, and you give it right back. So the momentum you had and the energy that was in the building, now it goes swinging right back to the other side.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Scanning the field, it's Chambliss. Rushes on. He gets away. Breaks into the open. Crosses midfield. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Rebels. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. That drive, a great example of just how potent this offense can be. 2 plays, 80 yards, give them the touchdown. And here's the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Gamecocks offense heads out to see what they can put together here. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board, but you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
Throwing, Sellers. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down.
Obviously not the start this quarterback was hoping for, guys. He's now 0 for 4 to start the game throwing it. He just can't seem to find a rhythm. He's not finding his receivers. I'm even wondering if he's seeing the field that well at all. But no surprise, when you start the game 0 for 4 at QB, you've got no points on offense.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to. Not a lot of room to make this catch. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch. Go back to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 coming.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting it 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Looking to throw, it's Chambliss. Buying time to his right. Going to try to get it himself across the 35. And this is why a mobile quarterback is a defensive coordinator's worst nightmare. He has just been running wild all day. They're down to the 32-yard line on 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs going up top. Extending the play. At the 20, he's got space. And he's finally forced out of bounds. Another first down, and he has just been running wild on this defense.
You just can't say enough about this quarterback and how important his legs are to their success for this season, for this game, and really for this drive. Earlier, when he called his own number, it was a big gain. He does it.
Touchdown, Ole Miss! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, they've been calling his number, running the ball a lot on this drive, Dave. That's an outstanding run right there. But whether it's designed or whether it's off script, scrambling around, this defense can't find a way to corral this guy. And if I was on offense, I'd keep letting him do this.
Yeah, and the annoying thing is, man, the quarterback gets the ball every single play. They snap it to him. He can throw it. He can scramble. He can run. So really just opens up the whole field is at his mercy. And this defense right now, not finding a lot of answers. They've got to do something to stop this quarterback.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Split backs here. Quick give. It's McAllister. Breaks the tackle. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Here's Sellers to throw. Moving out to the right. He's going to take off. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Moves the pocket. It's Sellers. Keeping his eyes downfield. Unloads to the right. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
I don't know if anybody saw this happening. He's 0 for 6 to start the game throwing it. He's just not seeing the field real well. The defense has done a great job in the back end and with their pass rush, making life really hard on him. But they've got no points, and it's not a surprise. I mean, they thought they would be able to find some explosive plays throwing it early. That has not been the case.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They're all over him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. First play of this drive comes from the 27. The run inside. It's Lacy. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Kept it on the ground. Now they'll throw. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
He's got it on the left. And they'll finally shove him out of bounds after a strong run. We all love the quarterbacks with the big arms and the big throws, but getting that protection set properly is so huge.
And I think the quarterback just had so much confidence that he was going to be picked up. He didn't freak.
Lets it fly deep downfield. In the end zone, he's got it! Touchdown, Rebels! They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
This offense is looking ridiculous. 3 touchdowns now in the first quarter, doing whatever they want at will. I don't know if you're panicking, Palmer, but, I mean, they got to put something together on the other side of the field, or else this one's going to get ugly fast.
One thing I know, David, is the defensive staff, after having the ball just run down their throat and thrown over their heads,
He's got it out. He's going to get loose. He will score. Touchdown, South Carolina. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
The returner will field it and bring it back. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Takes the handoff. It's Lacy. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And a running game can be really hard to stop when you got so many guys that can do some damage. And this defense is taking some licks. This QB's made him look silly a couple of times, but they're starting to adjust. Gotta like that play right there, getting to him and getting him on the ground.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. To the air. It's Chambliss. Trying to make magic with his feet. Still on his feet. And he'll be out of bounds on what turns out to be the final play of the first quarter. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. So first down here as they go back to work. Turns up, it's Cook. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
Man, that's exactly what this defense needs. They found themselves now in a hole. They're trailing. Got to get pressure on this QB. Can't give him time to get comfortable. They get to him, get the big sack. Maybe this gets them back in the football game.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw, and
wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. The give on 4th. And he's brought down, but he picks up the first down, and the gamble pays off.
And now we see on 4th down, people are so comfortable going for it, especially around midfield like this. Find a play you know you like, short yardage situation, one you practiced all week. Go out, execute it. Nice job getting the first down.
And the Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Chambliss. flip it out to the back on the screen. Oh, he's got some space. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. The Rebels, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Sells the run, looking to pass. Flush to the left. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. And the Rebels will hustle to the line. Fake to the back, wants to throw it. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Rebels. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Defense has to be better on the back end. They knew this offense was going to come out, and they were going to challenge them. They were going to try to push the ball vertically down the field. They've now given up 2 touchdown passes in this game. They've got to shore up their play in the back half.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. There's no question this team is reeling down 28-7, and they have to find a way to get a score on the board with it. Turning on the Jets. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one.
You never want to say it's over early. I mean, we're here early in the game, but considering what the scoreboard is saying, they absolutely had to have that play for them to stay in this football game. And sometimes it just takes one great throw and one great catch to wake you up. They need to score a touchdown on this drive. They need to score another touchdown on their next drive, and maybe that's the play that turns things around for them.
And for a defense, it's not always about sacks, but sometimes it's about getting that quarterback off his spot where he feels very comfortable, and they get him flushed outside of the pocket. And good perimeter defense. He rolls to the right. Everybody's still covering their guys, moving across the field with the QB. Nowhere to go with the football.
Just a little too much there, a little too handsy, and they nab them for the defensive holding penalty. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Sellers. Between the hashes, it's Tuggle. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
And I think it's safe to say LaNorris Sellers, David, probably one of the most polarizing players in all of college football. You've seen how special and freakishly talented this guy is with his ability not just throwing the football, but running it, the strength, the size, the power, and more than anything, what we saw a year ago was his ability to avoid sacks and avoid negative plays. I know this. He doesn't have a chance unless this offensive line gets a lot better, but they believe they've built that up. And if that's the case, this could be a very special year for South Carolina.
Well, and let's be honest. This is where they spent their money in the offseason. They wanted to fortify the offensive line. They brought in Kendall Briles at the coordinator spot. They did everything they could to build around this young man. LaNorris Sellers' talent is through the roof. We know it. Big, strong, can throw it. Now the pieces around him, a big year could be coming for this big young man.
Throwing, Sellers. Finds his man. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. So a well-executed executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Hits inside. It's Lacy. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Second and long here. Dropping back, it's Chambliss. And now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it. He is in. Takes the fumble to the house. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Getting set for the point after. Oh, and he missed it. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. He'll return it. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Straight ahead, it's Lacy. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
And the defense was locked in. You could tell they saw it, they reacted right away, got the running back on the ground immediately.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. This time they'll throw it. Here comes the Heat. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. He'll fire back across his body, and it's intercepted. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Here's Sellers to throw. Right side, it's Harbor. Stop is made at the 22. A 10-yard pickup and a first down just outside the red zone. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Moving the pocket, it's Sellers. They get to him as he throws. Intercepted. Bringing it back. Past the 50. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Fresh center downs going to the air. Still looking. Fires downfield. Left side is Gill. Get it down to the 28-yard line. It is a first down, and they have to show some urgency here. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Drops back on first down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And, man, it's fun to watch a defense that really knows how to pressure the quarterback and that have guys that can win up front. That's the 4th sack of the day. We're still in the first half, but they got a bunch of guys up front that twist and stunt and move and know how to rush the passer. This offense has got to find a way to get the ball out quicker and protect.
Makes a deep grab. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Guys, down the stretch we come on what's been a thrilling college football season. Week 11 filled with storylines. Let's take a look at the USF Bulls taking on the number 11 team, the Memphis Tigers.
They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return.
And it's the Bulls with a statement victory here in a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team. The result today gets them back to 500. It's something they harped on in practice all week, and they will celebrate this one for at least 24 hours.
Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Running inside, it's Clark. On the stop.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just know where to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carry.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Just got rid of that one.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Play action on 1st down. Under pressure. Rolling right and going deep. Got it down the field. Almost took it all the way there, but it's a huge gain, and they're set up with a 1st and goal. Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. Driven back.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to
the end zone, and it's picked off. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Tries to do it himself. Looks as if he'll get it up to about the 14-yard line.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
This offense has a little room and a fresh set of downs at the 23.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the 1st half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wondered maybe in the 2nd half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Long way to go on 2nd down. From the gun, it's McAllister. Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They've got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
And the Gamecocks are marching down the field. Sellers. Snagged in the middle. It's Bennett. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Ball is loose. Oh, and just like they threw it up, put it on the ground, fall on top of it, still get the first down. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. The Gamecocks will have it 1st and 10. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. To the air, it's Sellers. Turns it loose. Makes the grab. It's Clark. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And the Gamecocks go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Throwing, Sellers. Caught over the middle. It's Bennett. Makes the grab, and down immediately. He picks up a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Breaks through, it's McAllister. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The Gamecocks in the hurry-up. Wants to throw one first. Stepping to the right. Got his man. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
This is why he's the quarterback leading his team. Because he can do things like that, the unscripted stuff, and buy time, scramble outside the pocket, complete the pass down the field. Just so hard to stop as opposed to a guy that just stands in the pocket.
Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Good teams find ways to win, and bad teams find ways to lose, and that's an example of that right there. You need a touchdown to tie or take the lead here in the second half. You've got a golden opportunity down in the red zone. You just can't put it on the ground.
Quarterback will keep it. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was, so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open, live to fight.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
And it's so fun to have that trump card, right? Like, it's almost like playing a video game with this guy. When you got a big tight end that can make plays, that gets open, that feels those soft spots in the zones, third downs, money downs, the tight end is always open, especially with that big body. He finds him, and he gets the first down.
Well, that's a great job working through his progression. The first guy he wanted to throw to wasn't open. He was able to kind of get through it. And lo and behold, there's a guy wide open. Nobody near him. It's a big play for the offense.
Move to his right. Rolling, throwing, looking right. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. Down in the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. This should be the last play of the quarter. Here's Sellers to throw. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. And that shot downfield falls incomplete, and that's how we'll wrap up the third quarter. Now just about ready to snap it to start the fourth. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Clark. Enough to move the chains. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
I know it hasn't been the type game statistically this running back was hoping to have up to this point. He's been getting shut down. Finally, he's able to break through for a big one. And sometimes, you know, it just takes one. It takes one run like that to get his confidence back, to get the offensive line's confidence back. Let's see what happens with this offense now moving forward.
And this offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why the quarterback is the glamour position. Like, you've got to trust him. He's got to come through. They got to put a few drives together here to get back in this football game.
Looking for space. It's McAllister. They pull him down, but he's got enough, and it'll be a first down for this offense.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the first down, new set of downs, let's go.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. He rifles one deep down the middle. Makes the grab right down the middle. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal.
That is an unbelievable play by the offense. Not only do you convert 3rd down, not only do you convert 3rd and long, but you get an explosive play that now sets you up on the opponent's goal line. 1st and goal. Wow.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Quick give. It's Clark. Nowhere to run, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage.
All right, so now you're in this 3rd down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run-pass option.
And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. So the Rebels come out to get this drive started. So the defense sets them up with that interception. Now a couple of 1st downs, maybe even punch in a score, and they'll go home with the W. Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Offense in a bunch formation. Looking for a man. It's Chambliss. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Quarterback gets the 1st down. And this is why a mobile quarterback is a defensive coordinator's worst nightmare. He has just been running wild all day. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs going up top. Back's got it on the screen. At midfield, he's got room. Flying down the left side. The 10. Touchdown, Rebels. He got loose, and it was lights out after that. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him, and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. South Carolina's offense heads out to get this drive started. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just sends it downfield. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback.
And the defense hasn't made many plays today, but who can make those plays late? And this place got really, really quiet just now. They made the big play. They forced the INT, and now a chance to build on this lead and make this place even quieter.
And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Complete downfield. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. The Rebels come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Back to throw, it's Chambliss. Rush right in his face. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
They don't need a bunch on second down. The snap sets up to throw. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. The Gamecocks offense heads out to see what they can put together here. So getting the ball back on that interception at least gives us a chance to have a finish in this one. Sellers throws to the wideout. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it. But you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback. And again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
Going to have to come up with a play on 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. The quick game doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
Deep to shallow. That's what I have to understand that as a defensive guy. I take away those passes beyond the sticks, and then I react to those quick throws they have to the running back. It's my athlete versus your.
And he's sacked. A big play on 4th down to stop this drive.
And after failing to get that 4th down, it is basically desperation point now. Their defense has to come up with a quick takeaway or at least get a fast 3 and out to give themselves a chance to crawl back into this one.
Here comes the Ole Miss offense onto the field. After that big stop by the defense, now they can salt this thing away. Grabbed behind the line, it's Gibb. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. 2nd and long here. To throw, it's Chambliss. On the move, he fires. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. Defense comes up with a play. They get the pick and take it back to the 20. In front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Throwing, Sellers. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Well, the defense didn't get caught napping there. In this situation, you know they have to stay alert for the deep ball.
Yeah, so what defense am I going to call? I'm going to keep some DBs back deep. I'm going to keep my safety a little bit deeper, understanding they're down. They're going to have to attack down the field. I'm going to stick to my passing sets.
He lets one fly deep. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play. Rebels offense is back on the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And that's a better job by this defense. That's exactly what they've got to start doing more. He's had a lot of success on the ground. It's apparent. He will take off and move. So how do we keep him in the pocket? Get him behind the line of scrimmage, fluster him a little bit, and don't let him use those wheels.
Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Fires to the wideout. Hauls it in, the 1st down and more. They'll knock him down, but he moves the sticks, and the 4th down decision pays off big time.
I mean, how about it, guys, right? I mean, we're up here in the booth. We can't believe they decided to go for it on 4th down with the lead. We thought maybe, okay, they're just going to come up and try and draw them off sides and get a cheap one, get a cheap 1st down. But no, this coaching staff, they decide to go out and not just go for it, throw for the 1st down, and they get it. I guess that explains why they're down there on the sidelines and we're up here in the booth.
And he'll do it himself. He's down, and that ought to just about do it. And the Rebels want to crank the tempo. Looking downfield, it's Chambliss. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
And the QB leaves the pocket, and he scrambles out, and he goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the football. But the relentless chase, I love it. Get to the quarterback. He throws an inaccurate pass because he gets whacked as he throws the football.
Touchdown, Rebels! Makes the catch. Plenty of room. Feet down in the end zone. The lead grows, and you can sense they know how important wins are this late here in Week 11. Now the 2-point conversion attempt is coming. Looking to throw. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining. And he's not going to take the touchback. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. And after this play, the cake will be baked. They run the reverse. And there is no gain on the run, and there is no win for this team as it is over. A strong, methodical, workman-like effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important.